Hello, welcome once again to We Would See Jesus. I want to thank everyone who has tuned in and for all of you who have subscribed. This channel has blossomed in a way that was far greater than even our wildest imagination. When my wife and I started this ministry, our goal was 5,000 subscribers. Then we got to 5,000 and we said, okay, let's go to 10,000. And then at the beginning of this year, our goal was to get over 50,000. And that seemed like a daunting task because it is a quite simple channel. I mean, we don't entertain, we don't placate to the flesh of man. We placate to the spirit of man. We speak to the spirit of man. And now we're over 137,000 subscribers. And we thank every one of you who tune in and every one of you who do subscribe. And many of you, most of you, we don't know, but we do appreciate you. And we just want to let you know that. Thank you very much. Today, we're going to talk on the subject of the greatest in God's kingdom. So who's the greatest in God's kingdom? Jesus said this, "You know that the rulers in this world lord it over their people, and officials flaunt their authority over those under them. But among you, it will be different. Whoever wants to be a leader among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first among you must become your slave." Isn't that beautiful? God's kingdom is made up of servants, and the meaning of a servant is one who helps others, one who benefits and lives for the benefit of others. You see, the world, in all of its evil, they clamor over power. They lust after power and influence. So what kind of powers are in the world today? Now, first, you have military power. It's been said that whoever controls the military controls the nation. Then you have political power, which is similar. And then you have economic influence. And this one is they're trying to push this one to the top. The World Economic Forum are trying to make this front and center, the top of the spectrum. Because if you can establish complete control over the flow of money, you control the paychecks of the military. You control the paychecks of the politicians, as well as everyone else. This is the main idea behind the proposed Great Reset, an implementation of a global digital currency that will be controlled by the delete. I know that they call themselves the elite. I call them the delete, because they are looking to delete human rights. They are looking to do away with human freedoms through this and make it a thing about control. Next, you have scholastic influence. Lenin, who was a vicious communist, said, "Give me a child for the first 5 years of his life, and he will be mine forever." My youngest daughter, she's a grade school teacher, and she moved out of this state because she could not teach the woke curriculum that they're forcing teachers to teach. She sent me some of it, and it is absolutely from hell itself. Instead of teaching our children, the schools are now indoctrinating them. Next, you have social media influence. And now these, for the most part, are run by these fact checkers. Someone observed that, the fact checkers never existed until the truth got out. Then it's like, oh, we need to squelch that. Of course, there are a couple, X, which was formerly Twitter, and Truth Social, they are notable exceptions to this. Then you have news and media influence. Nowadays, these outlets are simply selling themselves to the highest bidder. And unfortunately, the highest bidder, they don't have our interests. They have their own agenda. And Einstein once wrote, there will come a time when the rich will own the media, and it will be impossible for the public to make an informed opinion. Einstein was prophet. That is exactly where we are today. But God's kingdom runs differently than this. The greatest servant is the greatest ruler. The book of Hebrews says, therefore, angels are only servants, spirits sent to care for people who will inherit salvation. You see, the angels are our helpers, and they are here to serve us. Satan, on the other hand, who used to be an angel, he didn't want to serve mankind. He desired to rule over mankind. I believe that Satan felt it beneath him. Angels are immortal. Man is immortal, a mere mortal. Angels are mighty. Men and women are weak. Angels have seen God face to face. Men, they only hope. They only believe. And to quote Satan from John Milton's Paradise Lost, better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. I don't know if Satan actually said that, probably not, but that seems to be his motto. Jesus said this, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. The Bible doesn't say when Satan was expelled from heaven. I believe it occurred after the creation of the human race. Because you read the book of Job, Satan still had access to the face of God. And the angels of the Lord came to God, and Satan was among them. And he accused Job. So Satan fell to earth after man was created. Because you see, it doesn't make sense that God cast Satan to earth and then followed up by creating a beautiful masterpiece around Satan. No. God created the masterpiece, and he instructed the angels to serve mankind. Satan refused to do this. And thus happened the great rebellion in heaven spoken of in the Holy Bible. And Jesus said, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. It's because of our humanity. Yes, we are mortal. And yes, we are weak. And it's specifically because of that humanity that we need help. And God gave us the angels to help us. And Satan, on the other hand, instead of being our helper, Satan chose to be our adversary. Peter wrote this, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, walks about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. So Satan became our enemy, our adversary, as his followers also are our enemy. So the highest rank you can have in the body of Christ is servant. I'm going to re-quote that. The highest rank you can have in the body of Christ is servant. The best preachers in the Christian church today are our ministers. The word minister means to help another, to serve another. Our preachers are our servants, and our ministers. They're there to help us, keep us where we should be with God. In the book of John, Jesus poured water into a basin and began to wash his disciples' feet and to wipe them with the towel that was wrapped around him. Jesus is the King of Kings. He is the Lord of Lords. And here he shows us the way to greatness in God's kingdom is to serve one another. That's what we have for you today. God bless you all. See you next week.